Let's go. Gared on the go time. Walt Disney World reporter Gared Hassel standing by at Epcot to bring us all the headlines from out east. Gared Hassel, man, where are you? What's going on?
Oh, I am in the mystical, enchanting, and tranquil country known as Norway here in World Showcase. As you can see behind me, we have the Norwegian stave church, and then, well, I'm actually right in front of Anna and Elsa's Royal Summer House, waiting first in line so I can be at the meet and greet when it does come back. So I am ready to go. I'm ready.
Summer House.
I've got the Royal Summer House. Yeah. Big summer blowout. Yeah. I'm ready.
It's beautiful. My goodness. Look at that stave church. Have you ever gone in there?
I have it right now. It's currently the gods of the Vikings. So inside you can actually learn about the true history of Loki, Odin, Freya, Thor.
Other gods.
Yes, the other gods and the Norse mythology, and it's air conditioned in there, so I highly recommend it. However, it is very cramped, so just be careful. Wear mask, social distance if you can.
Yeah, it's a location.
Just social distance.
Absolutely, yeah, it is very cramped. That's a great point. It's also my go-to location, thanks to my friend Amy, who is a nurse out at Walt Disney World. She once told me, if you're ever in Epcot on that wing of World Showcase, when it starts to pour, as it always does every day in Disney World, Stave Church. Nobody thinks to go in there.
Really?
All the cover you need, and you get to learn a little bit as you walk.
Yeah. That's smart. I feel like if I'm there, I'm going to actually run to Cava del Tequila, though.
Well, then there's,
That's
you
when
have
we
that
with
option.
each other and we know exactly where you're running to. And I'm like, I'll see you there. And I'll chase after him. Order me a drink.
Get your tequila on. That's right. Well, it's another way to deal with the rain, I suppose. But Gared, lots going on at Walt Disney World this week. A lot of stories changing the landscape of Florida. What's shaking?
Yeah. All right, the first thing I want to talk to you about is I have a question for our viewers. Are any of you a fan of Chef Mickey's out there? Raise your hands if you love Chef Mickey's. Well, if you do, I've got good news because very soon, in December, Mickey and the gang are coming back. They're going to be doing meet and greets at Chef Mickey's once again, as well as they're going to be bringing back 3 new menu items for the breakfast. Well, it's no longer a buffet, the all-you-can-eat breakfast. So, as we've discussed in the past, there's social distancing going on, so you won't have the same interaction where Mickey and the gang would come up to your table and shake hands and all that. However, you still get to have that character magic and that love from an acceptable distance. So I'm looking forward to it. Chef Mickey's, I have a love-hate relationship with it. I used to work there, but I like food, so that's where that comes from. But the 3 menu items that are coming are very exciting. They have first the Celebration Mickey pancakes, where it's a pancake covered in whipped cream, sprinkles, pixie dust, and more sugar, along with other things. So if you like sugar, you're in good shape. The second thing is going to be the loaded cheesy potato casserole, and that actually looks quite delicious. But for me, the third item I'm looking most forward to is, it's got my man's name in it. It's got Goofy's banana bread French toast. And from the pictures I've seen, it looks delicious. Like French toast for me, I go back and forth on, but banana bread French toast, I'm going to have to give that a try. Plus, it looks like Mickey finally asked his buddy, Chef Goofy from Goofy's Kitchen over in Disneyland, to help him out. So a little bit of Disneyland love going in right there. So I'm very excited for Chef Mickey's going back to being almost 100% of what it used to be a few months back.
This makes me hungry. My stomach's just starting to growl now. I'm like, banana bread.
Banana bread French toast and a gluten allergy. That's
I know.
Well, that's
I
her.
could dream about it though, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Yeah.
Garrett, I feel like you need to go and do a head-to-head fight on this versus the Tonga toast.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That sounds good. Since it does come back in December, hopefully Wade will be out here by then, so he can pay for it all, and I can take the credit of eating it. Like
you can
It's
freeload.
going to be
Wade-
endearing, and
Wow.
then it just took a sideways turn.
That's the Garrett we know and love.
Wade, absolutely. I'm all about like using my friends for food. That's who I am.
That's what we do here.
Wade. Oh yeah, but Wade is definitely he's the food reviewer. So hopefully he will take me along on the journey, and I can enjoy every delicious moment with Wade.
He's like, please, sir,
And
can I have a
the
bite?
food. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, I
Yeah.
had the opportunity to do a dining review in pandemic here not too long ago.
Check it out.
At Chef Mickey's, had that breakfast, and family style. No matter if you're one person or a family of 6, they bring you the same amount of food.
That's insane. I'd feel so guilty if I couldn't eat it all.
You have no idea.
Like, ah.
Oh my god, they brought out so much food to my table. It covered everything. I mean, the whole spread covered everything, and there was a table near me, looking in my direction, like somebody coming. Are you all alone there? Like, what's going on? And yeah, it was quite enticing. All that food, very very good, great for breakfast, that's for sure. But this environment. Awesome that they're bringing characters back. Awesome that they're going to have that life sort of breathed back into the location. It felt so bizarre to me not to have the characters there because Chef Mickey's is synonymous with chaos and characters everywhere.
Yeah, I
And
feel
it
like
was
that's
a
the reason to
peaceful
go to
breakfast.
Chef Mickey.
Talking
Yeah.
and loud, and like you see the characters walk. Yeah,
It was a peaceful breakfast all of a sudden, and
Weird.
it just seemed
that
odd.
doesn't sound like the contemporary area. When you get off the monorail, it's like quiet and eerie. You're like, this isn't. Where am I?
Absolutely. Yeah, it felt very odd. So if you're interested in what it looks like right now, you can check out on the Kingdom Report YouTube channel the In Pandemic series. I did the dining review of that. So it's quite silent at the moment, but you get kind of a sampling of all the goodies from what used to be the buffet. Great to hear the characters are coming back. Garrett, what else is on tap? What should we know?
So since I'm in Norway, of all places, I'm going to talk about something in Norway. Frozen Ever After, everyone's favorite Frozen attraction and the only Frozen attraction, is going to be getting a little bit of a refurbishment come November for 5 days. Now, Disney has not specified what the refurbishment is going to be, but my thought is, hey, you know, an attraction that's only 4 years old, it definitely needs a refurbishment rather than People Mover, which is, you know, a fan favorite, and in Magic Kingdom. But, you know, we don't need people to move. We need Frozen to be ever after.
That's for sure. Ever and ever after. I know that this is a ride that a lot of people run to when the park first opens up, and is definitely, you know, with Epcot being kind of a not so ride heavy park, you know, it's definitely a location where a lot of families take the kids. What did you guys think? I mean, obviously it replaced Classic in Maelstrom. It was a ride that people loved. It was just the most bizarre ride is what it was. I think that's why it was such a cult hit.
It was weird.
Yeah, but that's why people loved it. It
Yeah,
celebrated
yeah.
Norway and sort of the folklore of Norway, and now we threw Frozen on it. And I mean, technically speaking, it's got some cool effects, but is that something you guys stop by to ride when you visit?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I always like going on Frozen personally. It's probably my favorite Frozen related thing,
Oh.
honestly. That's just a personal preference.
That's
but
great to hear.
Yeah, I mean, I do like it. It seems like this is going to be a pretty small refurbishment because it's only a few days. So, you know, I don't know. They're probably not doing anything too crazy in there. But
Replacing Elsa's face,
yeah, really.
making it actual animatronic. That'd be cool.
She's
Anyway,
too cold.
whatever.
It's funny because we all were talking about that new Beauty and the Beast ride that opened up overseas, and I actually feel like this is a more, like Frozen to me is a more impressive ride than that is just from the video that I saw. So, I think it's a great addition. I'm very sad that Maelstrom's gone. I'm very sad that I can't see that oil rig at the bottom of the splashdown anymore. But
The polar bears roaring
yeah,
and the
you know.
trolls and the
it was cool. And also, why'd they close that waterfall? You know, you used to be able, you would almost go over that waterfall.
it's such a
and then-
moment. Yeah.
Yeah, it was all cool, and you could see the boat from the outside. You're like, there's a boat up there. What the heck is going on?
Because it doesn't
Anyway.
fit in with, like, you can't have water coming down because then Elsa's
Whatever.
magical powers don't
You
work,
can't
'cause
trust
they're supposed to be
Marshmallow. He could
frozen.
be throwing you over a waterfall. You can't trust Marshmallow.
You can't.
No.
We've
I'm
learned
sad I
this.
never got to ride that ride. The first time we went to Disney World together, it closed like 2 days or something before we got there to go on it, and so I can actually see the ride and
Oh,
and then it closed down to be frozen, and I was
Oh.
like, gosh darn it.
Yeah.
So anyway,
lives on in YouTube.
C'est la vie.
Yeah, that's
I know
true.
I can't watch those POVs. It makes me nauseous. It's really weird.
Messes
but
with people.
if I really have to, I should probably watch it and just deal with it. But I think it's a cute ride, and if you're in the queue, you get to see, I forgot his name now. That he goes yoo-hoo, and then he has that cute little, what's his name?
Yeah, what is that guy's name?
You mean who Garrett impersonated when we first
Yeah,
started?
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cute to see when you're in the queue and you just keep
Oaken.
popping
It's
up.
Oaken.
Oaken, yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
yourself
Wandering
Disney
Oaken.
fans.
Duh. Like,
Wa-
yeah.
Woohoo! Big summer blowout.
Yeah. That guy.
Wandering
so,
Oaken.
Wandering Oaken, and like it's super cute because he pops out of the steam, and then he's like says a couple things, and then steam comes back up again, and then the next group of people kind of go in that room, and he pops out again, and he says yoo-hoo, and he says like other stuff. So it's a cute ride. It's something to do. Air conditioned. Super great.
Yeah, it's
Why
a lot of
not?
fun, and definitely
You know?
definitely a place that still draws a lot of attention. And Garrett, is that the line behind you? Is that where the
No.
line
No,
ends?
no, that's actually the line for beer.
Oh, got it. Yeah,
Yeah, you know.
important.
No, the line for Frozen is on the other side, and it's actually going towards China right now. Like, man, the line for Frozen is so popular; it stretches from Norway to China. That is just incredible.
That's a long
Thousands
line.
of kilometers. But when I saw it earlier, the line was 80 minutes, and by now it's probably 90. It's only getting hotter outside. That's why I keep going into the shade to
Wow.
escape the heat of Norway. But yeah, it's
The heat of Norway. I
crowds
don't
here
think
have
anybody's ever said
yeah,
that
the
sentence
crowd-
Elsa's
before.
not doing her
Yeah,
job.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everybody
the
goes
crowds have been
inside.
quite spectacular. Like that's all for beer right there, and none of them are offering me any. So I'm a
Well,
little
Rude.
saddened by that. But
I'm saddened.
it's
also.
okay. It's okay because I've got my shade, and
Yep.
I'm not actually going to share it.
And I think it's a great point to also raise that, the reason why it stretches that long, 90 minutes and stuff, even with capped capacity, is because the social distancing of the line stretches to China.
Yeah.
So maybe traditionally it would not be all that long in terms of, being able to use that interior space and have people switch back so close to each other. I wrote it myself when I was just out there, and yeah, the spacing indoors. I mean, they
How many
basically.
switchbacks do they have in there? It's not that many. If
Yeah,
they social
but now they
distance.
can't use like any of them.
Yeah.
For the sake of spacing. So now it's super wide, and now there's far less switchbacks to deal with, and so now everything is really stuck outside for the most part, which is probably good for the sake of not having as many people indoors at a time. But Garrett, we understand there's still a lot going on in Disney World, and sounds like Disney Springs has some magic brought back to it.
Oh yeah, so nighttime entertainment has come back to Disney Springs as of last weekend, and let me tell you, Disney Springs is just not the same when there's
my guy.
not live music in there. And in that image, you're gonna see Eddie Maserati, or everyone calls him the Ferrari Man. I'm excited to see him running around. If you've never seen him, he's not a cast member. He's not a contracted artist. He is just a guy that lives in Orlando that wears blinged out stuff with Ferraris, Lamborghini, Maseratis, and all that. And he dances along with the entertainers, and he is so much fun. He's such a nice guy, and I am looking forward to seeing him out there again because he really is part of the nightlife that is Disney Springs. You can see him out there, I'm pretty
He's
sure
the
7 days a
best.
week. So, yeah.
I'm excited
Eddie
to see his blinged out
Maserati, that's his
masks.
name.
Oh my gosh, yeah. He's gonna have
He's
a
gotta
blinged
have
out
a-
mask,
Yeah,
right?
it's got to be good.
Every time
Oh.
we go, it's not a vacation until we see that guy. I'm not even kidding. Every time we go to Disney Springs, I have to make sure I see him.
He's
and
a
then
Disney Springs
and then I'm like,
atmosphere character.
vacation over. Now
Yeah.
we can go.
Yeah, it was something that while I was visiting Disney Springs, I thought, it's interesting because in the parks you can go visit characters, and they have spots sort of laid out for you where you can have photos with the characters in the background, and you're spaced out in front of like stages and places that they put characters up high so that you can't get really all that close to them, but they're at a distance enough where you can have that photo with them just behind you. So it's a way of working around, obviously, the situation that we're in. And one of the things that I thought was interesting was not having that sort of setup in Disney Springs for live entertainment. These people don't necessarily command a huge crowd because they're not Mickey Mouse, but
Sure.
they absolutely add, to the overall atmosphere.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, I wonder when atmosphere talent is going to return, and it's nice to see that it finally
I'm glad.
has.
It's always fun because like the guitar guys usually, where is he? Like every time we're like over at by Boathouse, that's where he usually plays, and then Eddie Maserati is just like dancing away, just doing his thing.
The first time we saw him, we did think he was like with the guy.
We
were
did,
like, oh
yeah.
yeah,
I was
he's
like,
got to be
oh.
with this guy. But then he
Side
like
act.
slowly starts walking away and dancing with somebody else. So
Yeehaw!
Oh, that Maserati.
Love that Maserati. Yeah, I've seen him several times. I didn't realize he had such a cult following. And now more and more I talk to people and they're like, oh, yeah, that guy?
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
guy? You've seen
Yeah.
that guy? You know that guy, right? So, well, Gared, lots to still uncover out east. What else should we be aware of, sir?
All right, this next one is going to be a lot of information for everyone, but that is because they're adding 180 hours to the theme parks out here. And what that means is parks are going to be open longer and later come the holiday season. First and foremost, it's going to be Magic Kingdom. Times are going to either be from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. Currently, the park times are 9 to 6, so it's going to be nice to have it later, especially with the sun going down sooner. You'll be able to see those projections on the castle for the holiday season, since they are not doing the dream lights and all that. So Magic Kingdom is going to be open at nighttime. I'm looking forward to that because one of my favorite things is seeing the lights on Main Street light up at sunset. It's just one of my. It's tranquil. It's relaxing, and it's just so peaceful. And it's like that twilight golden hour. So I'm looking forward to that.
It's a beaut.
After that, you've got Epcot. They've got some hour changes as well. A lot of hour changes. So it's going to be either 11 to 10, 11 to 8, 11 to 9, or 12 to 9. And I'm just shocked that they're going to be having it on, on Halloween night open until 10, because even when everything was normal, Epcot usually did a hard close at 9. You had Illuminations or the thank goodness it's gone fireworks show, Epcot Forever, and you'd be gone. But now open until 10, so that gives you plenty of time to enjoy all the attractions, walk around the world more than once. And so I'm looking forward to it. Epcot is my favorite park out here at Disney World, especially during the holidays. I love it. Hopefully they have the Barn Santa here in Norway. Fingers crossed that they have Epcot holidays around the world and Barn Santa's back. That's all that matters.
That's right.
And the Chinese dragon.
Yeah.
And the Chinese dragon. Next up, we've got Disney's Animal Kingdom. Those park hours is going to actually have the earliest wake up of everyone. Halloween day, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Then it's either going to be 8 to 6 or 8 to 8. So that's the park where, because it closes so early, because the animals, you got to get in, you get out, you still have time for dinner. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, it'll be weird being able to go on Flight of Passage at 7 in the morning, but I have no doubt people will still do that, and they'll still have a 90-minute long line for that.
Hey.
My recommendation is always do any big rides like that, such as Flight of Passage. Do that in the afternoon once it's lunchtime, because the crowds usually dwindle out. That's how I've been lucky so far with that.
Oh, that's a great advice there. And yeah, to have Epcot be extended out to 10 p.m. on Halloween, and then of course the week of Thanksgiving, as it should be. Yeah, you guys especially, right?
Yes. Yeah.
I'm like, yeah,
Your
because
trip.
come on, 12 to 7, please.
Right.
That was just silly.
Yeah,
I'm not going
I
to
was
get there
waiting
until
for this.
11.
I knew
but-
this couldn't there was just so much restrictions
But
in terms
they're
of hours.
going to add in
and-
more people because they want
Sure.
to take the money.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I'm okay with that if they're going to do it a little longer, because I like walking around at 10 o'clock and just enjoying World Showcase.
As we've talked before, Epcot's that
I love
evening
it.
park.
It's
It
beautiful.
should be open later.
It's magical.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah.
absolutely. So very cool. And I know that Hollywood Studios looks like doesn't have any changes coming to it, so it remains in place with its park hours. So either 9 a.m. to 8 p.m. or 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. based on the day that you are visiting. And so still the park, as I understand it, that books out the quickest when it comes to park reservations, which you need to get in now. Gared, have you been able to even find a reservation as an annual pass holder to get into Hollywood Studios anywhere in the next month or two?
Oh, and so with park reservations, I've learned that the best days to do it are going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. In the middle of the week, that's when kids are usually in school. Weekends you just have to have some good luck or a lot of planning in advance. But you can easily get into Hollywood Studios. I've managed to get 3 reservations to it. I canceled 2 of them just because I just wanted to see if I could get it. And then I did, and I decided I just want to sleep down. I don't want to be around anyone. But on the day I did go into Hollywood Studios, I got in, went to a remote area, and I managed to get Rise of the Resistance within 7 seconds of the park opening. I timed myself.
Wow.
Yeah.
And within 2 minutes, it was completely sold out. And then you see the line at Guest Relations. You hear people yelling. You hear children crying. and it is the sound of the apocalypse coming because you don't get to go on Rise of the Resistance. And it's
I
heartbreaking,
feel like
but
that should be the new sound.
on the other
of
side, I get to go on
Hollywood
it
Studios.
and other people don't. So that it stinks, but hey, I get to go on it. Just check.
Absolutely. Well, go pray to Thor in the Stave Church, and we will be seeing you again real soon. Thanks for dropping by.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.